Well, good evening, Rain Nation. This is Byron Belka calling in from Spanish Fork, Utah, here from my home. And I'm excited to be on this webinar. Just a few hours ago, it seems like I was in the Philippines finishing up our launch that we did. We finally launched the Philippines. I have a nice, beautiful office in Manila and went around to a couple of different cities and were able to share our message of rain and this company to hundreds and hundreds of people. So that was exciting. But once again, I'm excited to get back and keep pushing here. We're seeing great things happen here in North America. We have so many things that are coming down the pike right now as far as teams, organizations, and all the things that we're putting in place that, a lot of times when I kind of get out of my own environment and I have some time to think, it's always good to take a step back and to look and see how things are going and evaluate things, evaluate yourself, evaluate ways that you can improve, what's working, what's not working, and all those types of things. So tonight on this call, I want to talk a little bit about that because we talk about getting in the middle of it. Life is so busy. We've got 100 different things pulling out of us, 100 different ways. We're focused on the business. There's all these things that we could be doing. All these different techniques in the rain cycle, all the things that are in front of us constantly, that a lot of times we do need to take a step back and reevaluate and say, what am I doing? As they talk about sharpening the saw. A lot of times I go, and I love those moments of reflection where I can review my goals. I can review the things that I'm after and what I really want, make sure that we're on the right path. And that I'm on the right path, and I can tell you guys, I'm exhausted. If I don't talk straight tonight, I still have a little bit of jet lag, but I don't care. I want to be able to share this message and to share what's going on at Rain with everybody, because what's going on here truly is amazing. The most important thing that we do is that we push forward, that we move forward. Because I tell people all the times, I see people join the business and some of them move at a fast pace. Some of them don't move at as fast a pace as they would like. But the key is, are you moving forward? Okay, are you getting closer to your goal? Is there something that you're doing every single day that gets you closer to what you really want? Okay, because there's a lot of things in our lives that are good. But there also are a lot of things in our lives that don't get us to where, even if they don't get us closer to what we're wanting to accomplish. And so, moving forward really is the key. So as we talk about a few of these things tonight, I want you to think about it. I want you to kind of take a step back for a second. Say, what is it that you're really after? What are you trying to accomplish? And what are some things that you're doing fantastic in? And what are some things that you can maybe change and focus on so that you can move forward? But remember, no matter what the speed is, the key is that you move forward. I mean, we always have amazing things happen, and when an amazing thing happens, or when somebody hits a certain rank at a certain time. I mean, I was just in the Philippines where we celebrated the youngest Black Rain Diamond to hit Black Rain Diamond, and it was a young lady, and she hit it really fast. Now, everybody's not going to do that, and so obviously we promote the things when they happen, because that is amazing. You got to promote that. But I want everybody to know that when we fast forward this company 15 years and we look back at all the Black Rain Diamonds that have come into the company, I can guarantee you that a majority of the people that are going to hit the top level of this company are the ones that all they did was they just moved forward. Okay, it doesn't matter the speed. What matters is that we're moving forward. Okay, and we're not moving backwards. And so I want you to think about this for a second again. What is your why? As I talked about having some time to reflect, getting out of my normal environment. It's kind of funny because some people say, oh, those long plane rides you go on, you're traveling for 22 hours or however long they are. They think that it's a pain. Now, obviously, the travel part of it's not fun, but it really isn't a pain, because that's a time when I get to reflect. That's a time when it's peaceful and it's quiet, and I get a chance to just review things, prepare for my next presentations, do those types of things. Like I said, and I don't have the 100 things pulling at me like we all do in our lives. But what is your why? What is it that you really want? Okay, because this is different for every person. But the reason I love rain so much is because it doesn't matter what you want. Whatever you want, rain can make it better. It doesn't matter if you want, more time with your family. It doesn't matter if you want to become healthier. It doesn't matter if you want a bigger house. It doesn't matter if you want a boat. It doesn't matter if you want to give more service to people. It doesn't matter. This is a vehicle, and it's very hard to find things that can take so many people out in the world. And no matter what their goal is and their why and their reason and what they're trying to accomplish, this can be a vehicle to help you get there. Okay, it's one of those universal things. And none of our goals are going to be the same. Some of them are going to be similar, but we're all different. We all want different things. But what I do know is that Rain International is a way to get you there. It really is. And so what I want you to think of is not only what you want, but why do you want it? Why do you want it so bad? Okay, why do you need to have it? Why does it hurt so bad if you don't accomplish it? What's going to happen? Okay, as I talked about this earlier on the call today, and I talked about those people seeing success. I mean, I've always talked about with our product that this is proven, that this isn't a concept anymore. But we've been doing this a little over 2.5 years now. Okay, we have people that are seeing the financial gain that they've never seen in their lives before, and now we're starting to see the income testimonials come out because this is a real business. It's not one where you cut corners or anything like that. It's a real business. You put time and energy into building the foundation, and you watch as duplication works in your favor. We have people now, and we have more and more millionaires that are becoming millionaires in Rain because, we started with one, and now we're having quite a few people by the end of this year that are going to be paid more than $1 million in commissions in this company. Okay, so whether it's in Rain, whether it's in other aspects of your life, when you're looking at a goal, what you need to ask yourself again is who's done it. Because if it's been done, then you can do it. Okay, I always love the not really even the analogy, but the story of the 4-minute mile, where nobody could break a 4-minute mile. You look at the Olympics now, you're not really even getting into the Olympics if you can't run a 4-minute mile. Okay, as soon as somebody's done it, once again, then the idea that it can't be done no longer exists. Okay, we have people that have hit the top level of the company already. We have people that are making incomes. We have people's lives that are getting changed by this product. And so we have a lot of people who have done it and who are continuing to do it. And that's the next question that you ask. How did they do it? And usually you think that there's some grandiose answer to this question. How did somebody do it? I remember I was one of the youngest people to hit the top level of my first company that I was in. I started in that company, as you all know, when I was 26 years old and hit the top level of that company when I was 28. And there weren't very many people younger than myself that had done that. And, people would ask me, and as I would ask a lot of others, what were the secrets? What were the keys? What did you do? And it all came down to little simple things, doing them over a long period of time. And that's really what you want to do. And as you build this organization, you want your team to do. You want a large group of people to do small, simple things consistently over a large period of time. That's it. That's the secret to building a huge network marketing organization. Okay. How do you do it? You'll a lot of times, like I said, we're looking for this big answer, or we're looking for somebody to tell us the secret that they're holding out on, that they're not telling anybody because they don't want to share. And the secret are those universal principles that we already all know. And all we got to do is buy into it, and not only buy into it, but do it. Because if you look at those successful people, success leaves clues. Who's done it, and what have they done, and how have they done it? And a lot of that is all encompassed in what we're teaching in the Rain cycle and those principles when we're talking about this business. Okay, another thing is what were the obstacles? What were the obstacles? Now, the beautiful thing is we don't have as many obstacles as some of these other people did when we started taking this company over and opening up markets. We don't have a lot of those obstacles, but you will still have obstacles. Every single one of us is going to have obstacles. There's opposition in all things. So if we're trying to get somewhere, there's going to be obstacles, but that's just an opportunity for us to grow and for us to learn and for us to become problem solvers. So those people that have seen success, what were their obstacles? And then how did they overcome them? What were the solutions? Because as I said on this morning's call, the richest and most wealthy people in the world are problem solvers, people that see an obstacle and can overcome it. Okay, when you're mountain biking and you're going down, a trail and there's a tree in the way, that's a problem. But what do? You go around it. You don't let it stop you. If there's a big rock, what do? You go around it until you get to where you're trying to accomplish and get to the bottom of that trail into that beautiful valley that you were shooting for. Okay, so what are the obstacles, and then what were the solutions? And then obviously, this ties back in to the very first question. What are the rewards and why do you want it? Okay, what do you want, why do you want it, and what are the rewards? Because, seeing people's lives change, helping people out, seeing people, and I've seen this over time. I've seen this within people in Rain, even the last couple of years. I've seen people grow. I've seen people change. And you know what? Really, it's all part of the journey. What are the rewards out there that you're after, that you're wanting, that you're needing, and that your goals are? And that will kind of change as you grow as well. But take a step back and think about these things for a minute, because it will refuel you. It'll refocus you. It'll help you realize that as we talk about, all distractions are created equal. If you have something that you're after, not what I'm after, okay, because what I'm after is not going to motivate you. What I want you to do is not going to motivate you. Just like as you're trying to help your team succeed, what you want is not going to motivate your team. What's going to motivate them? What motivates you? What's in it for you? What do you want? And how can we help Rain be that vehicle to get you there? Because as I said, this is a universal type of opportunity where people can come here and they can leave better because of Rain. And that's really what we're trying to set out to do. All right. So as we talk about this, and as we talk about all the different things that we can spend our time doing, for those people that are out there building, that are really trying to build an organization, there were some statistics that were done in the past, and, I don't know how accurate these are 100%, but I like to look at them because they kind of give you an idea of what we should be spending our time and energy doing in this business if we're building it. Okay, because there's two types of people. You have the super builders and you have most builders. And everybody can be a super builder. Everybody can. So let's take a look at this for a second. How much time are you spending trying to find new people? How much time are you spending, making sure that your business is open? As we talk about, when your mouth is open in this industry, you're in business. If you're using the tools, if you're using the things that we have in place, you're in business. Okay, as you're prospecting out there, how much of the time are you spending each week prospecting, trying to get new people in front of this opportunity? Because I know that the more people that get in front of this opportunity, the more people that join. It's that simple. People see what we have. People sample our product. People experience what we are all about, and they want to be a part of it. And it was pretty amazing. I remember we went and did that launch, and this is what the leaders told me when we just went and did that Manila launch, and we shared with everybody our vision. We had some diamonds there that were sharing their experiences, hitting the top level. All the product testimonials, people sharing already, and all the people that were there. I don't know one person that didn't join us. Okay, all the guests that were brought, I didn't see anybody. Now, I'm not saying we're always going to get 100%, but what I am saying is what we have is very compelling. It really is, because what we have is real. It's something new. It's something fresh. It's something exciting. And so if you get more people in front of it, you're going to have more people join your business. The super builders are spending 25% of their time prospecting. Okay, presenting. How much time are you spending presenting the opportunity? Now, when we say presenting, you can have a tool present that for you. You don't need to say every single word. You can use the calls like the one that just happened before this webinar that happened every night, Sunday through Thursday night at 7:00. You can use the recorded stuff that we have, the webinars. You can use the videos, the live concentrated site. That's presenting. How much time are you spending presenting. Okay, most builders spend about 10% of the time presenting. Now, remember, if you're presenting, these are not your people. These are to your people's people, which means you're out there helping your business grow. You're out there helping your people. Okay, super builders spend 40% of their time sharing the opportunity and sharing, the product and what we're all about. They're out there presenting. Where do you think you fall into that category? Okay, most builders spend kind of flip a lot of time, consulting. A lot of time, on the phone, doing things that, are important, but the super builder spends very little time doing that. Do they do it? Absolutely. I remember when I first got into this, my mentor would call me at the beginning of the day. Okay, what are you doing today? How can I help you? It was maybe 5 minutes and he was off the phone. There was no time for small talk unless, I had something that I needed his help with or to overcome this, but it wasn't a bunch of chit chat. I never talked to him for half an hour, ever, at one time on the phone anyway, maybe in person longer. And then at the end of the day, he would call me again and say, this is okay, how did it turn out? And then he would help coach me on a few things, but it always was short and sweet. Always. We never just sat there. There was too much to do. Okay. But the thing is a lot of times we can spend hours in our day on the phone, just doing administration work, kind of managing the team, consulting. And I'm not saying that that's not needed. It is needed. That personal touch is needed. But if we're spending 30% or a majority of our time doing it, that's not what we should be spending our time doing. Okay, super builders do spend the necessary time, but what are they spending the majority of their time doing? Sharing the opportunity. They're out there prospecting and presenting. All right, and so let's look at this next one. Okay, people that are going out there getting customers or customer acquisition. Most builders spend 23% of the time doing that. Okay, super builders spend 15% of the time doing that. Now, I know that we have people in the business that are focused on just customers, and that's fine. Obviously, that's direct sales. It's not network marketing. That's fine. There's not a problem with that. But I'm saying somebody that's wanting to be a super builder, somebody that's wanting to go out there and build this business, they're spending maybe 15% of the time going after customers. And where do a majority of the customers come from? They come from people that they were trying to present the opportunity to, and they weren't really interested in the opportunity. And so then they said, well, you should at least try the product. Okay, now, the crazy thing about this product, guys, is it's the most powerful product I've ever seen. So we have an unusually high rate of people that get on the product as a customer and either want to sign up so they can, go out there and get their product for free, or that want to be a part of it because they're sharing it anyway because of the results that they've seen or are having themselves. But what I want to reiterate here is presenting is the key. Okay, planning. You have to have a plan. Most builders will spend about 20% of their time planning. They'll make sure that their papers all are in place and that pencil sharpened and all the different things are in place and planning everything else instead of getting out there and getting to work. But I like to say this is not called net planning. It's called networking. It's not net dreaming. A lot of times we dream of how good it's going to be when we hit the top level and maybe we're making this income and we're doing and you can't go to sleep at night because you're doing all this planning. But it's not net dreaming and net planning. It's networking. And so you need to have your plan. You need to have your goals in place. You need to have that. Okay. But super builders are going to spend 10% of their time doing that, where most builders are going to spend more time doing that. And so as you can see, most builders, once again, they're still going to grow. Okay, the thing is moving forward, right? You're still going to grow if you build like most builders, if you're consistent, because consistency is the key. But the super builder mentality just speeds up the process, because all you're doing is spending more time on the right activity and less time on the activity that can take time away from you actually growing your business. All right? Okay, and self-improvement. Most builders are going to spend about 2% of the time doing that. We all talk about, just like we talk about setting goals, we can show everybody all the studies that have been done on that, or self-improvement. But at the same time, we know it, but we don't always do it. Because once again, life's busy. Okay, the super builder is going to spend 10% of their time, going to make sure that they're, improving themselves, getting better, learning more about the industry, learning more about what we have as tools and resources, learning more about our product, learning more about just health in general, just they're trying to continually improve themselves. And I love with Audible and all these different things that you can utilize today, whether I'm in my car or on my phone or wherever I'm at, it's so easy just to be listening to a book. So easy just to pull something up on YouTube and watch something motivational. Okay, and we live in an information age where that is not hard to do. We don't need to be spending tons of money even to get it. I mean, I can see most presentations. I get a lot of stuff just off the internet. I put something on YouTube on my phone from one of the motivational speakers that I love, and I don't even watch it. I just listen to it. And so there's a lot of things that you can be doing, but are you putting those good things into your brain every single day? There's enough negativity going in there. We got enough negativity around us. What are you doing to combat that? Are you letting some of these things from the outside world stifle your dreams and what you're after? Because we need to make sure that we're not doing that. Okay. And, once again, as I was on this last trip, there were some things that I said, you know what, this is what I need to do a little bit better in. And I've been doing this for well over a decade, but you need to step back and you need to sharpen that saw. You need to step back and say, things have been good. They've been going, but how can I make them better? What can I do to speed it up? Where should I put my focus? How can I streamline this thing? And even if you already know, once again, a lot of times we get detoured. How do I need to get myself back on this track? Because I can tell you right now, we need to be focused right now. Okay, in almost less than 2 months, guys, we have our first global international convention. All eyes should be on that convention. Okay, I don't care if you've been to 15 conventions before or 30 conventions before or whatever. This right now is the most important thing we could be doing with our time and energy for those that are serious about building the business. And, I was sharing this with people in the Philippines because this whole rain cycle thing is new to them. This whole concept is new to them. And I was going through this and I was sharing with them that, if you treat it like a hobby, and I talked a little bit about this on the rain day before I left, but if you treat something like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. Okay. And how do hobbies usually pay you? Hobbies cost us money. We do them because we love to do them and they just cost us money. Okay. If we treat this like a hobby, it'll pay us like one, which means we're just going to spend money. If you treat it like a business, it'll pay you like one. Okay. If you treat it like a business and you're serious about it and you're holding yourself accountable, if you're doing those things, if you have somebody, which, I recommend making sure you have one person to hold yourself accountable to, have a teammate, have a partner, someone that you're working with. Okay. If you're treating it like a business, you're going to get business results. But on top of that, do all businesses succeed? Not all businesses succeed. There's a lot of businesses out there that fail. So you want to treat this like a business, but how do you make it be not only that you're treating it like a business, but it's like one of those businesses that succeeds and not fails? Well, now you need to look at all these other things that we already talked about. Who's done it before? How do they do it? What are the most successful businesses on the planet right now? The most successful businesses on the planet are franchises. All right? And why are they so successful? When somebody buys a McDonald's franchise, they're not buying a hamburger. They can make a better one at home. What are they buying? They're buying a system. Okay, and the reason that franchises are so successful is because people are buying a proven system. So if you want to make sure that you not only treat this like a business, but that you get the good business results instead of the bad ones, you need to buy into the franchise. You need to buy into the system and what we're doing. And as I was stressing to these new people that were coming in that are just learning about rain for the first time, and learning about the tools and the trainings and everything we have for the first time, I was letting them know they need to buy into our system. It baffles me that anybody would join our business. Why would you join a business? Why would you buy into a franchise and not learn how to run it? Why would you spend millions of dollars on a McDonald's and do something totally different? First off, they won't let you do something totally different, but why would you? When there's already a proven model. Okay? Why would you go out there and reinvent the wheel? Or why would you not come to a training and learn? Why would you not come to the convention for your business? Why would you not do that? I mean, if people are trying to build their own businesses and investing into themselves, that's where, like I said, a lot of the self-improvement comes from. In these conventions and these different trainings that we do, the people that came to the rain day, they're investing into themselves. And that's what they did. And I bet you if you talk to any single person that went to that rain day, not one of them will tell you it was a waste of time. They will tell you that they got something out of it, and that self-improvement factor, came into effect. But not only that, they're investing into their own businesses. And so as we focus right now on convention, as I want to make sure that everybody realizes this is for your sake and your business's sake that we're doing this in the first place. And so, if we didn't think it was important, there's no reason for us to spend the hundreds of thousands of dollars that it's costing us to put this thing together. But we're doing it because we know what it's going to mean for those people that take advantage of it and their businesses. So these are some things that I wanted to focus on. I want to ask you, I wrote down a couple things here so we can ask ourselves a few questions, kind of as we're reflecting, and you can answer them for yourself. But, how many days a week are you showing the opportunity? As we talked about those people that are the super builders, the ones that are out there, they're spending 40% of their time presenting. How many days a week are you showing the opportunity right now? Okay, because one of the things is you got to be realistic and you got to be fair. And a lot of times I don't think people in this industry are fair because they say it doesn't work, but then they didn't put in the effort that it took to make it work. If I go out there in any other business and I work 1 hour a week, what am I going to expect for, a result? Your expectations need to match your efforts. People, a lot of times, and that's why I love the commitment letter, because a lot of times people want to make $10,000 a week. That's what they want to make, $10,000 a week or even $10,000 a month. But they want to put 2 hours a week in to do that. Okay, your efforts are not matching your expectations. You know what? Most successful entrepreneurs inside and outside of network marketing, look at the multimillionaires and the billionaires. You know what they had to do their first couple of years? They had to pay the price. Every single one. They had to pay the price. Self-made millionaires and entrepreneurs and billionaires. You go read any book on anybody that's done extremely well financially from nothing, and they all have one thing in common, and that was they paid the price. Their efforts matched their expectations. It's no different in this industry, right? How many people have you personally sponsored? And what I'm going to ask on top of that question is how many people have you personally sponsored in the last 30 days or 60 days? Ask yourself these questions. Hey, how many total presentations have you done to date? How many times have you shared the presentation? I know a lot of times people are nervous. You have people that are in your organization now. Maybe they want you to help them do a 3-way call, or you want them to present. It's nerve-wracking, and that's why we have a lot of these tools and videos in place, so a bulk of the messaging can be done for you. But here's what I learned when I first started in this. I said and what like 500 times. I would sweat. I remember getting off of one presentation, and my mentor said, "Dude, you almost put everybody to sleep. That was so boring." And this is how I got started. But he told me those things because he was trying to make me better. And if you want, you have to go through some bad presentations to do some okay ones, and some okay presentations to do some good ones, and some good presentations to do some great ones. It doesn't just happen overnight. The beauty of the whole thing, though, is we can speed up the process and we can make it more simplistic by the fact that we have these tools that you can utilize. A lot of the stuff you don't need to say because it's already out there and said for you on the videos or the other the calls or the recorded calls or the webinars and everything else that we have out there for you, okay? So what are the top skills that you have? Because I don't want you to beat yourself up. Anytime that you're feeling down or discouraged, first off, I want you to know that you can do this. I don't want you to focus on all the things that you're not good at. Focus on the things that you're doing that you're really good at, and improve upon those and continue to learn on the things that you want to grow in. Okay, but all of us have certain skill sets. And if we really do work as a team, if we work as a network and work as a team, then none of us have a weakness. We have zero weaknesses. For those people that go out there and work together, somebody else's strength is going to step up for your weakness. And your strength is going to step and back somebody else's weakness up. And that's why, guys, it's about the team. It's not a competition with us and our downline or us and our sideline or us and our upline. There's no competition. Okay, this is a team approach, and that's the way that we need to look at it. There is enough for everybody. And in this industry and in this company especially, I want the culture to be that we're not, we're a culture of providence, that we know that there's enough out there for everybody. Okay, we don't have a mentality that there's a scarcity mentality out there. We have an abundance mentality. And as we do that, and as we work together as a company and one big family, I can tell you what, we won't have a weakness. But what are the skill sets that you have? What are the things that you're good at? Think of those and build upon getting those, making those even better, and and strengthening some of your weaknesses as well. Okay, what are your weakest skills in the business? Okay, just point them out. Because if you know that, then let's use the tools in place of that. Let's use the team in place of that, and let's work on it during, in the meantime. So just because you feel like you're weak at something doesn't mean you need to be stopped in your business or you need to halt, because we have something that can make up the difference. All right? So another couple questions to ask is, when you do one-on-one presentations, how long does it take you? Because what I've seen over time is, as people do presentations, maybe they start off, and they can get it done in a timely manner. But as they learn more information about the product, and learn more information about the comp plan, and this person said something that was amazing, and this doctor said something that was just blew my mind. Before you know it, it's an hour and a half presentation because you're taking everything in. And a lot of times when somebody gets in and they're brand new and they don't know a lot, they go out there, we bring a lot of people into the business, and all of a sudden it starts to slow down when they get smart. And the reason being is because now they're saying too much. Okay, if you give people a lot of information, they can have a lot of questions. If you give people a little information, they can have a few questions. And I'm not saying we don't want to give people all the information, but we don't need to feed them with a fire hose. How long does it take you to do a presentation? Can you do a presentation, a full-blown in-home presentation, in 45 minutes or less? Because that's what your goal needs to be. Now, how can I get this done in that time frame? When you sit down and you do a two-on-one presentation, can you get it done in 20 minutes? Can you get it done in 15 to 20 minutes? Because most people are meeting you on a lunch break and they don't have an hour or 45 minutes. They only have 20. Can you get that done in that time frame? But how long is it taking to do the presentation? And usually when people are saying, we used to sign up a lot of people and now we're doing meetings, and as I've traveled, people that have been doing this a little bit longer in RAIN, we've gone through this already, where we've had to say, okay, guys, you need to cut some of that stuff out. We need to use these standardized things and make sure we're all saying and promoting and sharing the same things. Make it personal to you, but at the same time, let's make sure that you can get it done in a timely manner and we keep it standardized. Okay, because you don't want somebody going to a presentation in New York and then somebody else going across the country and going to a presentation in San Francisco, and it seems like it's a different company. Hey, we need to make sure that we're all on the same page, doing all some of the the same things. So we want to make sure we're doing that. Ask yourself, how big of an opportunity do you see this for yourself? How big? Okay, when you close your eyes and you have a number, if you have a number you're after for income, how big do you see this getting for you? Okay, can you see yourself on stage getting recognized as a Black Rain Diamond? Do you see yourself being able to be in a position to help people, to help your family, to help your neighborhood and your community because you have resources? Do you see that? Do you see being able to have time with your family that you don't have now? And not having to stress out about how you're going to make those next payments and living from paycheck to paycheck. Do you see that opportunity in here for yourself? Do you see that? Because that's one of the things that I remember would always give me that drive when the times got tough, is remembering what my why was, remember what my goal was. And I'll talk about how I launched my business, and it was a pretty successful launch when I first started in this industry, and I made some pretty good income in the first 90 days, but it didn't mean I never had trials. I never had stressful times. Okay, we all do. It all happens. So do you see an opportunity for yourself, and how big? Okay, how much did you have in personal volume last month or even last week? Add up the last 4 weeks. Since we have a weekly plan, how much personal volume did you have? Because once again, not to frustrate you or anything, but just so you know, how much did you have so you have a goal to improve upon that? If you don't even know, then how do you know if you're getting better or worse? Okay, so have those numbers in your minds. Not only how much personal volume did you have last month, how much did you have last week? And what can you do to make sure that this week is as good or better? Okay, and then how many people did you have at the last event? That was a key thing that my mentor taught me when I first got in this business is we build from event to event to event. That's what we do. We promote. As you've already heard me say, the top money earners in this industry master the art of two things. They master the art of recruiting and they master the art of promotion. You're always promoting the next event. What's the next event? A webinar. The next event could be a call. The next event could be that weekly meeting or when Russ or Brigham or somebody comes out to your area. That could be the next event. What is the next event? And how many people did you have at the last one? Can you gauge that? So that you make sure that you have more, that you're going the right direction. Because you really are going to build this business from event to event to event to event. And those people that take advantage of those events are going to do that. And that's why I harp so much on this, investing into yourself and investing in all the different ways of personal development and also the convention is because really that's the biggest tool that you have. Okay, we have videos. We have calls. We have all these tools that can help you. We have the rain cycle. We have all these tools. You want to know the biggest tool that you have in your bag. You want to know the biggest tool that you have that can help you go to the next level. It's convention. Okay, I promise you, it's convention. And I'm not saying this. I've been a distributor, as you know, most of my life. Now I'm on the other side, on the corporate side, seeing how things are run on this side. But I can tell you what, the principles still ring true always, and I can see even bigger because I see how it not only reflects like it used to reflect in my organization, but how it reflects company-wide when people utilize these tools. I can guarantee you, we went and did those events in the Philippines. You watch what happens the next month or two in the Philippines after we did that. Those people that attended those events and used those tools were able to sign up all those people, and you watch and see what happened. They used it to their benefit, and they invested into themselves. So Global Convention, September 11th through the 13th. Are you going? I want to make sure, have you bought your ticket? Have you invested into yourself? Have you made that commitment? And then what is your goal right now? How many people are you going to have there with you? Okay, I don't care if it's across the country. It doesn't really matter if it's across the globe. We have people that are across the globe coming from all over the world, but I can tell you this, those people that utilize this tool, you're not going to be disappointed one bit that you came, and you're not going to be disappointed in the results that you're going to get either. I can guarantee that as people go there and get trained and leave, if you have 10 people there, you're going to have 10 people that are solidified into this business. If you have 15 people there, you're going to have 15 people solidified into this business. And so if you go there, you're going to be solidified. But do you want yourself just solidified, or do you want your team solidified? So you're going to hear me. I know I beat this like a dead horse, but I just hope that you guys realize that I have no other ulterior motive. Guys, the ticket's $100. I mean, we're spending $500,000 on this thing. I mean, I need to have thousands and thousands and thousands of people to come for us to break even. That's not our goal. Hey, we're not going to have thousands and thousands of people coming. I know that. This is our first international convention. I would love to have thousands and thousands and thousands of people, but it's not realistic. Our first global international convention, we're going to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, not thousands and thousands and thousands. But it doesn't matter, because our goal is to go out there and get this thing done and have people benefit from this greatest tool. So just in closing tonight, guys, take some time tonight and really take a step back like I talked about. Think of some of these questions that I asked. Think of how you're spending your time. Think of what you really want and why you want it. Sharpen that saw. And let's go out there and be even more effective than we've been so far by using our time wisely, by using the tools wisely, and by making sure that we recommit ourselves to what we're really after. And if we do that, which we have to do from time to time, we're going to go out there and be more effective. And I know things are going to move at a faster pace for each of you in your organizations. So I appreciate you getting on tonight. I want to congratulate all those people that are seeing success and working so hard out there. Thanks for all your hard work. I know a lot of people are hitting new ranks. We have the Gold Retreat this next a week from this week, in 2 weekends, and we're going to celebrate some people that are doing it. And we already have new golds hitting that are qualifying for that next one. So congratulations. And as we do this, we're celebrating your success for what you're doing and what you're accomplishing out there. And we want to invest more time, energy, tools, training, and resources into you. So thank you so much for all that you're doing. In closing, I just want to say that as I travel the world, guys, my commitment just deepens to everybody. And if you, and I'll tell you this right now, this is one of those things that this isn't a business. This is a lifestyle. This is something that really can change your life if you let it. This is something that if you follow these proven principles that we know and you implement them, whatever your goal is, whatever you want your desired outcome to be, it can happen for you. It can. And I'm grateful that we're seeing that happen in so many people's lives already. And we're just starting. So once again, thanks for tuning in. This is Byron Belka calling in from Spanish Fork, Utah, wishing everybody a successful week. And let's go out and make it rain. Take care, everybody. We'll see you.